Turning, looking,
It is game 2 of a weekend series between the Blue Jays and the Yankees, and the struggling Yanks are looking for something, anything, to right the ship and turn their tough luck around. My recap, your reactions coming up next. This is Yankees Game Night.
It's just a reaction.
Goodness gracious! This is Yankees Game Night.
Well, I'm not sure I know what to say. How's it going, everybody? Thanks for spending your Friday evening with me, even after another shutout loss, another tough night for the Yankees. I gotta say, a month ago, I had the proverbial big red panic button locked away in the safe. A couple of weeks ago, I feel like I took it out of the safe and put it in the top drawer of the desk, just in case. Past few days, it's been on the desk, but just out of reach. But tonight, I am mashing that panic button. Hype Beast J says he officially hits the panic button. I agree. I'm not sure what to say at this point. We're just, we're lifeless. The offense is horrendous. The team has no energy. I mean, pretty much the only positive part of tonight's game was how well Oswaldo Cabrera played out in the outfield. Offense was shut out again. I mean, there's really nothing to recap. But, we'll go through what we have. There's this old aphorism in baseball that if you're in a new position, the ball finds you. And usually it finds you right away. Well, today, Oswaldo Cabrera was playing right field for the first time in the major leagues. He's mostly been an infielder in the minor leagues, played some outfield. But he's kind of a Marwin Gonzalez type. He can play all over the place. And first play of the game, he stole a home run. Just took it right out of the first row. Unreal. His reaction was priceless. He was pumped. He was screaming. It was, the only high point of the game for me. Next play was a hard hit line drive that was hit kind of right at him. And outfielders will tell you that that's the toughest play, the hard hit ball right at you because it knuckles and it slices. But he tracked it down. So nice job for him. He also ripped a line drive single, but that's pretty much it. Toronto jumped up 1-0 in the third inning. And then they got a 2-run home run by Teoscar Hernandez in the fourth. Blue Jays knocked out Jameson Taillon in the sixth after a couple of hits. Nice job by Lou Trevino to get out of the jam without the run scoring. Final line on Taillon, 5 innings, 6 hits, 3 runs, no walks, 5 strikeouts. But overall, not good enough. Second half of the game was pretty much boring. Yankees had a couple of nice relief appearances, but Aroldis Chapman came in and had no control once again. And the Blue Jays hang on to take game 2 4-0. I'm having some issues with my my stream deck tonight, so we might not get all the fun sounds. Wiffle Ball says, go on a rant. There's really nothing left to say. I mean, what are you going to say? They're lifeless. They're impossible to watch right now. It's physically painful. Anthony Segarra says, I want my Friday back. I agree. Truth always says George Costanza has more swag than the Yankees. Costanza's got more swag than pretty much everybody. Riley Moore says Chapman, 4.70 ERA. Can't throw strikes. I mean, he's the wrong player for this team. He always has been. He chokes in big spots. Can't throw strikes. What do you want to do? Jason says he loves Oswaldo's swag. He's fun to watch. Yeah, he's been great out there. Ben Green says Boone is desperate. He has no idea what to do. That is and has been the Yankees' weakness since he got there. Look, I don't think there's much he can do right now. The offense isn't hitting. You've got to score runs. He can't get in there and hit for the guys. And look, I'm no Boone homer. I called for him to be fired last season multiple times, including at the end of the season. I wanted Buck Showalter in here. Doing a great job with the Mets. But honestly, I don't think that changing a manager would do much. I think that the team is playing in a lackluster way right now. George Bornman says, bring up Clark, Kent, Schmidt. Problem is he can't hit. You know, the offense is dead. And it's a mystery to me. They've gone completely silent. They're not hitting the ball out of the ballpark. It's like you switched from juiced balls to dead balls. That's honestly a thought that I've had, that the baseballs, we know that last year the MLB used different types of baseballs kind of mixed together. I feel like that's what's happened. Like the Yankees have run into a string of dead balls. But, you know, Blue Jays are having no trouble hitting them. I'm just at a loss for words. Riley Moore says he's defecting to Baltimore. Don't defect to Baltimore. Come on. That's terrible. If my soundboard was working, it's not. But if it were, I would I'd hit the button. Ricardo says, where is Cashman? Has anybody checked to see if he's rappelling up and down any buildings? Al Bonanano says, we are the bad news Bears now. Pretty good. Isaac is saying collapse. You're getting that feeling. Look, generally when I stream after these games, I have lots of things to take away from the game. I mean, you can pick out good plays. You can pick out, you know, nice base running. There's usually a couple of positives. But tonight, there's literally nothing positive other than Oswaldo Cabrera playing pretty well. The offense is lifeless. I want to hear from Dylan Lawson what's going on. I want to know what is going on, why this team can't hit anymore. It's not Boone I want to hear from. It's not Cashman. I want to hear from Dylan Lawson. This guy took over, changed the entire hitting approach, and we were doing great. And now we can't score. 4 shutouts in a month. Earl of Demise says, this team is an abomination. We're legit about to choke the division away. It seems like it. Appreciate it. Dr. Hitskin says, this team needs some caffeine. This team needs something. They need a good kick in the ass is what they need. That's what I want to see. Podcow says, I wonder if Derek Jeter would be enough to save the offense. You mean 52-year-old Derek Jeter coming in? Is that how old he is? I don't know how old he is, but I don't think that would work. Not even prime Derek Jeter would help this offense very much. Ricardo wants to call up Peraza. It could be a viable solution. IKF hit into another double play tonight. I'm going to try and pull up the box score. There's really not a lot to look at, though. I think the Yankees only had 3 or 4 hits. But we'll pull it up and we'll take a look, go through it. Baltimore is beating Boston 15-10 tonight, by the way. Baltimore is really playing well. They're going to sneak into the playoffs, I bet. This website's being just... I'm having so many technical issues tonight, guys. The MLB.com has been messing up. Apple TV messed up for me for a while. It's just not my night. All right. I'm unable to share with the Stream Deck, so let me pull up the scene. Hang on just a second. All right. All right, so the Yankees out-hit tonight, 8-4. Obviously outscored 4-0. They're now 73-47 on the season, still in first place, but the lead is at 8 games. Continues to evaporate. I think it was about 11 or 12 games at one point. Rizzo had a hit tonight. Donaldson had a hit tonight. Torres had a hit tonight. And Cabrera had a hit tonight. Cabrera also had a really good at-bat where he struck out on a pitch that was below the zone. But, you know, he worked the count, and I thought he looked good all night. So I'm not going to hold that against him. Randy Lewis says, starting pitchers, Cole, Cortez, Severino, Waldichuk, Tyone, Schmidt. Waldichuk plays for the A's now. He got traded. He got traded for Frankie Montas. Appreciate that. King is out for the season. Ridings is injured still, but he could be back. So that is not going to work for a couple of reasons, unfortunately. But thank you for the dono. George Bornman says, JD and Glaber always swinging for the fences. Seems that way. Take a look at the pitching real quick. Tyone gets the loss. He is now 11-4. 3 earned runs, 5 strikeouts. ERA creeps up to 4.0. Trevino actually pitched pretty well. He came on with guys on first and third and got out of it. Peralta pitched pretty well tonight. Loaizaga worked a scoreless inning. But Chapman, 2 walks, ends up allowing a run. Marinaccio got the final 2 outs. He's got a 1.86 ERA. I hope they continue to use him. I just think that the Yankees, they made a number of mistakes. This offseason, they weren't prepared when the lockout ended. They just didn't make enough tweaks to this roster. They tried to coach everyone up. And it worked for a little while, but now that the league is catching on to their ways, it's not working out anymore. Colin Raymond says, power outage in the Bronx. You should write for the Post. Richard Lewis says, the moves have blown up in their faces. Won't win 90. Normally I would say that's panic talk, but it's looking like it now. Brett Deutsch says, we needed Castillo so bad. Cashman blew it to keep prospects we'll never see. Montas' ERA from Oakland is over 5. Who in our analytics department missed that? Also, tomorrow, cold day game, expect a loss. Appreciate the dono. There's a lot to unpack there. So I disagree that we won't see the prospects. I think we're going to see Volpe. He was the guy that they kept. But also, the Reds, they just like the package from the Mariners better. Montas, I saw a stat tonight that his release point has dropped considerably since he left Oakland. Really since early this season. So maybe the shoulder's a factor. That's not good. As far as the Cole in a day game, I think he can do fine. I think he needs to step up. Tomorrow's type of game, you need a ace to step up and win for you. Jay says, we are the other team in New York right now. It's an embarrassment. Seems that way. Home World Hub Media says, Brian Hoke says we have the worst record in baseball over our last 15 games. How do you go from record-setting pace to the worst team in baseball seemingly overnight? Something happened inside that clubhouse. It had to have. This team has given up. PXNA says the Mets are going to destroy us. We're going to face DeGrom and Scherzer. I'll tell you what, I'd be surprised the Yankees get any runs those 2 games. Honestly, they might run into a home run. Scherzer gives up home runs because he throws a lot of fastballs. But DeGrom doesn't. Lou Rom says, bring in the Exorcist. Oh, guys, I'm sorry. This was a tough one. I was hoping we could have more fun tonight. I'm just in a pretty depressed state after these last 6 weeks or so. I hope that it can get better tomorrow. I always believe that the Yankees are going to get their act together. But something seems fundamentally wrong with this club right now. And I can't put my finger on exactly what it is. But it's just like they're not clicking as a unit anymore. It's like they sensed that they were going to collapse and they just all decided to. It's strange. I don't have any solutions. But I would not be surprised if this team either misses the playoffs or has an early exit. It's just not looking good. All right, guys. I am going to call it an early night tonight. There's not much to recap, and honestly, this game has got me in a foul mood. I'm having some technical issues with my stream deck, so I appreciate you being patient. And I'm going to try again tomorrow with Garrett Cole on the mound. So I will see you when I see you.